If you're new to crypto and you just don't feel like you know enough or you don't feel like you know what you're doing, in this video, we're going to talk about a few things that I think will really help you. Now, we're just a few days away from 2025. And if you've been following me, you know that I've said this over and over again. 2025 is the year of massive gains. Now, this is me determining that based off of historical patterns. 2013, we saw a top. 2017, we saw a top. 2021, we saw a top. So if you know how to do math, that would mean that 2025, you will ultimately see a top. Now, things could always be different this time, but every time someone says it's different this time, it's normally not different. So important things you need to understand. Well, number one, those days of 100, 200, 500, 1,000 X's, not that they're not gone, but they're very hard to find. Now, can you find them in some meme coins or some random utility coins that go absolutely crazy if you get in early? Yes. But your projects like ICP and Cardano and Render, obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, I mean, the list goes on. These larger cap cryptos, unfortunately, those days are gone. In those type of cryptos, outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, you should be looking to get yourself a 5, 10, 10x from where we are today. Well, Tyler, that's not life-changing. Well, maybe not. But when was the last time that you got a 5 or 10x your money? Ever. Now, keep in mind, we're talking about your large cap cryptos that are already multiple billions of dollars in market cap. Now, if you're looking for more extravagant gains, the 10 to 15, the 20, maybe 25x, you're going to want to look at mid-cap cryptos. These are cryptos that are sitting at under $1 billion market cap. And not to say some cryptos that are at $1 billion market cap can't do a 20, a 30x. They can, but I'm trying to give you higher probability. So if you're looking at a video that I've posted or someone else has posted and you're thinking, man, can this thing really do a 25x my money? Well, look at the market cap. It's very important. Now, if you're looking for that 50, 100, 200 plus X project, that's going to be a low cap project. That's going to be a project that's under, I would say, $50 million in market cap. And even then, they're so hard to find, which is why I like to diversify into numerous projects. Now, another important thing that I think those of you that are new in crypto need to understand is when you get a double your money or a triple your money in a short period of time, or even if it takes you a couple weeks or a couple of months, me personally, I'm taking out my initial investment. So if I put $10,000 into a crypto or $1,000 into a crypto and it turns into 20 grand or 30 grand or 1,000 turns into 2 or 3 grand, I'm going to take out my initial $1,000 or $10,000. Now, there's two reasons why. Number one is, well, what if that project rugs or it just doesn't do that well and it just starts to slowly go down from there? Number two is I want to be able to deploy that capital into something else and diversify. Now, another really important thing, probably the most important thing in crypto is do not hold your bags forever unless it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin, the rule is don't ever sell your Bitcoin. But when it comes to, and I mean, I don't even follow that rule. I've been in altcoins and I will buy Bitcoin based on my profits in altcoins because I think they will outpace Bitcoin in the short term. But for stability and long term, I will own Bitcoin and eventually I'll have so much of it and I will never, ever, ever sell it. I would just live off of it, getting yield on it, right? Just like you get yield in your bank account, but you don't really get enough to actually make it worth it. But one of the biggest things why people lose in crypto is because they fall in love with their bag and they hold on to their crypto and the market's done. It's over. I'm not saying it is now. I'm just saying it gets to a point where it's over and we're going into a bear market. And the projects that I talk about or anybody else that you follow can retrace upwards of 95%. Some of them will go to absolutely nothing. They'll go from $1 billion market cap down to a $6 million market cap, thus losing every dollar that you have in that project. And reason why people don't sell, well, there's a couple of reasons. Number one is you think it's going to go higher. Number two is that you don't understand the 4-year cycle. Number three is that you have this investor mindset because you've been buying Tesla and Nvidia and your 401k and your IRA, and you've been told to just buy and hold, and eventually you're going to be able to retire. The American dream, which is a farce. It's not fucking true. But this is that concept that people have in their minds, and they bring that same concept into crypto, and you can't unless again you're talking about holding on to something like Bitcoin long term. Everything else, even ICP, Cardano, XRP, these projects, although people love these projects and they diamond hand them, the reality of it is that they're going to retrace 50, 70, 90%. And that's almost a guarantee. While nothing in this world is guaranteed, I'm pretty fucking sure you're going to see that again, probably sometime in 2026, 2027, when we go into something called a bear market. So it's important to never let your emotions get too high in crypto. It's important to never let your emotions get too low. And taking profits is probably the hardest thing that you can do in crypto. But I want to give you a scenario so you can understand my mindset. And this is what I've done that's gotten me to the point where I have millions of dollars in crypto and I've done very well for myself. Because honestly, guys, girls, I've made the mistakes. So the philosophy that has worked for me is actually pretty simple. Whether I'm watching someone else or I'm doing my own analysis and I think that a crypto can, let's just say, do a 20x, I will not be waiting for a 20x. I will not be holding my bags and selling based on a 20x. I will sell on a 3x, a 5x, a 7x, a 10x, a 15x, an 18x. And then if I get to that 20 and that was my goal, I'm out. Now, Tyler, well, why would you sell prematurely if you think it's going to do a 20x? Well, the reality of it is we don't know. I think that Aerodrome Finance can do an easy 10, 15, maybe a 20x. But I'll be selling when it hits a $4 and $5 billion market cap, which is like a 4 or 5x from here. I'll keep a moon bag and see if I'm right and it does a 10, 15, 20x. If it doesn't, and I notice that the bull run is over, I'm going to then take my loss, or well, it won't be a loss because I've been in it for so long, but again, I'm just going to sell. So I stair step my way out of these projects. So understand the importance of having a moon bag. Now, the other mindset, or my mindset behind it, is if I can average a 7, 10, 15x on a project, even though if I waited, I could have got a 30, or I could have gotten nothing because, again, I'm doing exactly what I told you not to do, and that's diamond hand and think everything's going to keep on going. I'd rather not be greedy because I know that this market will come back again, and I'd rather take those profits, hold on to them, wait for the market to go back down in 2026, 2027, and then buy back in. And how do I know that this works? Well, I've already done it. See, back in 2021, I started to really take some serious profits. And although I could have made a lot more money, I decided to profit on the way out or sell on the way up. And I was able to have a huge bag of money to put back into the market for this bull run that we're in now. And that is already worth multiple millions of dollars. And we're not even in 2025 yet. Now, you can take that chance, by all means, if that's what you want to do, and you want to try to time the market perfectly and listen to exactly what I think these cryptos are going to do or someone else is going to do, but none of us have a crystal ball. But I would honestly say that if you've gotten a 5, a 10, and a 15x on your money, and you take profits and putting it back into the market next bull run, you're going to end up a lot wealthier, well, than you've ever imagined, but also you're de-risking. So as we come into 2025, just remember this. Go back and watch this video again and listen to what I'm saying. If I had to sum it up in like one sentence, it's don't be greedy. That's really it. Don't be greedy. Be happy with your 5x, your 10x, your 15x. In my opinion, take some serious profits at those numbers and save yourself that moon bag just in case it does a 20, 25, 30, 50x. And if you don't have a ton of crypto right now, the last thing I'll tell you is understand what dollar cost averaging is. An average in. You still have a couple of months left to really dollar cost average. But just know there's going to come a time where you're going to have to take